be surprised at how many emails we get wanting us to address heel pain. Over 2 million people a year seek treatment for heel pain. So what we wanted to do is share a few treatment options that may be right for you.
My name is Darcy.
Marissa.
Diana, and
I've had plantar fasciitis for the last 9 years.
Had it for about 4 years.
6 or 7 months now.
I've been to podiatrist after podiatrist after podiatrist, and nothing has helped. I'm only 32. I shouldn't have to deal with this.
It feels like a sharp pebble is underneath my heel and I'm walking on it.
It's very painful.
Seriously, looked like a 70-year-old lady limping around.
I've been doing triathlons, 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons even. When this became a real problem, I had to stop running and doing everything completely.
I'm a teacher. It hurts to be on my feet all those hours. Sometimes I go home and I'll lay in bed. I wouldn't even cook dinner because I can't stand any longer.
I used to walk 10 miles a day and bike ride 10 miles a day, and now I can't do any of that. I just bought the most gorgeous pair of Manolas, and the doctor told me I can wear them if I cut down the heel. Not happy about that.
For the pain, I tried taping my feet with athletic tape.
Chiropractors, podiatrists.
Physical therapy.
I've rolled my feet with water bottles.
The boot I wear.
Acupuncture,
Stretching.
Theroband.
massage.
Cortisone shot.
Anyone suffering from plantar fasciitis.
Just get it, check it out.
Such a common problem, and I'm joined by foot and ankle specialist, podiatrist Dr. Bob Baravarian. And Dr. Bob, I gotta tell you, I've suffered with this at times, and it's so painful, but let's walk through why this is so common in terms of causing people heel pain.
So the plantar fascia is a very thick ligament on the bottom of the sole of the foot, and it's responsible for supporting the arch. And enormous numbers of patients, probably 1 in every 10 people have this problem in the United States, and it's truly an epidemic. And you get scar tissue forming on the bottom of the heel. Majority of people will get better with conservative treatment. 9 out of 10 times, stretching, icing, anti-inflammatories, and insole in the shoe will take care of this. But a certain number of people will form chronic scar tissue, and that scar tissue doesn't respond anymore because the body is not responding to the scar. And in those cases, a lot of patients would require surgery, and we want to try to avoid it at all expense.
And so that fascia literally runs down the bottom of the foot, and once you get it overly inflamed, scar tissue builds up, that's when the real problems occur, right?
Exactly.
And so we have 3 ladies here today, Darcy, Diana, and Marissa, and you're going to perform 3 different therapies. These are not first-line treatments, you already mentioned those, but for recalcitrant cases, these can be helpful.
Yes, what we call these is restorative therapy. So instead of going in, cutting the fascia, and possibly losing support of the arch, what we want to do is teach the body to come in and heal itself. So what we're doing is increasing the blood supply to the area, helping break up the scar tissue to help the body heal itself.
All right, so what is Darcy going to get done here?
Darcy is going to get a shockwave therapy. Shockwave is a low-intensity machine. Darcy's had a treatment already once before.
I just want to get better.
And basically what we're doing is just breaking up the scar tissue. So it's basically tenderizing or breaking up the tissue in the bottom of her foot and increasing blood supply to the area. And as the machine starts to do it and she starts to feel better, we actually increase the frequency and we increase the depth that it penetrates.
How often are you doing something like this for Darcy?
Darcy would be once every 2 weeks, and usually 3 to 4 treatments. They're about $300 a treatment, but it's a very, very low intensity way of doing it. It's great for a person who's in town, available, and wants to have something which is completely non-invasive.
Well, that wasn't so bad, was it?
No, it wasn't bad at all.
All right, so something a little different you're trying with Diana. This is a newer technique, and you're anecdotally seeing some benefits using.
So this is a amniotic umbilical cord matrix. The idea behind it is that we know that amniotic cells and amniotic matrix has a very powerful effect on the body and also is extremely good for healing. So the idea behind this is that we're able to increase the body's own healing capabilities by putting a matrix in there, which helps the body respond and come and heal itself. So it's been actually exceptionally good for patients, and it's fairly easy on them.
Diana, nothing else has really worked for you?
No, it just keeps coming back.
And are there studies occurring now to look at this in wide populations to see what benefit it has?
There's been numerous studies looking at it, both in tendon, ligament, and actually now they're starting to check it on bone. And what it does is it acts as a matrix for your own body to come in, and it revives the healing process. So in those chronic cases where nothing is responding, what we're able to do is increase the blood supply to the area and actually really put up a red flag for the body to come and treat itself.
Ready?
I think so.
All right.
I hope so.
Turn your foot a little sideways for me.
Okay.
Hopefully you won't feel much.
Okay.
You need to hold on to my hand. Here it is, squeeze.
Thank you.
Little pinch, okay? You're gonna feel a little pinch and a little bit of pressure as I put that into the area. And you can see how hard the tissue is if you're here. You feel how tight it is and how scarred it is.
That's scar tissue in her plantar fascia.
That's it.
Now,
Wow, that wasn't so bad.
how many of those injections would it require?
We usually do one of these, possibly a second injection at somewhere around a month to 3 months, just to revive the body's healing if it's a really chronic case. So this is the most expensive of the treatments. The amniotic cells are over $1,000. But the response from it is dramatic, and patients seem to respond well to it. So it's great for the person who wants the most aggressive treatment.
So a little more aggressive. And then last but not least, Marissa, you're going to try a different treatment as well.
This is a radiofrequency machine that actually helps melt the scar tissue. So there's a spritz of cool on the skin that allows the heat to penetrate deeper while it cools the skin. It goes down to the level of the fascia, it breaks up the scar tissue, increases dramatically the blood in the area. This is fantastic because you can do multiple treatments and gradually increase the blood supply to the area. And basically you feel a little spritz, and it basically is a machine that sends a signal into the soft tissue and helps with healing. And
Now, just out of curiosity, before we go to break, the first and third treatment here, is it similar technology? It seems to me, as an outsider, that you're using somewhat similar technology to create a healing response. Is that accurate to say?
so in general, the category of what we refer to as in-between treatments, restorative treatments, are all similar, but with different ways of doing it. You're trying to tell the body there's an injury here, bring the blood back in, bring the inflammation of good cells back in, and help the body heal itself.
And because plantar fasciitis becomes a chronic inflammatory condition, one of the best things you can do, if you start to feel pain in your heel, roll that bottle that you've put in your freezer of ice, roll that underneath your heel, and if you can avoid it getting this bad, right, ladies, you would suggest doing that in the first place?
Definitely.
Well, we wish you all the best of luck in your recovery. Dr. Bob, thank you for sharing
My pleasure.
this with us.